Hello! Over the course of this short video, I would like to show you how to use Lumra, Bellow of the Woods ETB ability to generate infinite mana and infinite damage. Let me show you how. Starting with our first turn, I'm going to put an Ancient Tomb into play, tap it, generating 2 colorless mana and losing 2 life. I'll use that 2 mana to cast this Tiller Engine. Tiller Engine has the ability that whenever a land enters the battlefield tapped and under our control, we can either choose to untap that land or tap a target non-land permanent an opponent controls. While there are some times that we will use the second ability, we are almost always going to be using the first one. Next, I would like to cast a Lion's Eye Diamond, a rather famous CEDH card. We can sacrifice it and discard our hand to generate 3 mana of any one color to our mana pool. Next, I'd like to go ahead and pass the turn. On our next turn, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put this Hickory Woodlot into play. Typically, it's going to enter tapped, but we're going to be able to use Tiller Engine's first ability to have it come in untapped with 2 depletion counters. I will go on ahead and tap Hickory Woodlot, generating 2 green. I'm going to use one of these green to cast Sylvan Safekeeper. Sylvan Safekeeper has the ability to sacrifice a land and then give a target creature we control Shroud. I'll tap Ancient Tomb, generating 2 more colorless, losing 2 more life, and then I'll sacrifice Lion's Eye Diamond, generating 3 green. We'll discard this forest, this command beacon, and this Summoner's Pact. Now that we have 6 mana, we're able to spend every single bit of it to cast Lumra, Bellow of the Woods. Assuming the spell resolves, I'm going to hold priority on my own ETB. I'm going to sacrifice Hickory Woodlot and Ancient Tomb to Sylvan Safekeeper, targeting both instances on Lumra. It's important to do all of these simultaneously because since it gives creatures Shroud, if we allow the first ability to resolve, we will no longer be able to target the same creature, and depending on if we have any other creatures, if we don't, we'll no longer be able to sacrifice lands. So it's very important to do all of them in one go. Now that all of our lands are gone, and Luma's power and toughness are based off the amount of lands that we have, she will die to state-based actions. On the way to the graveyard, we'll have her go to the command zone instead. We'll return to Lumra's ETB on the stack, assuming it resolves. We'll mill 4. We'll mill this Sunscorched Desert, this Amulet of Vigor, this Windswept Heath, and a Zurin Orb. All the lands will go to the battlefield. While they typically would enter tapped, Tiller Engine lets us get ahead and causes them to enter untapped. Sunscorched Desert. What a land. This is going to deal 1 damage to our least favorite opponent, or maybe our most favorite. Either way, what we're going to do is we're going to continue that loop I just showed you, but with the addition of Command Beacon. We're going to go on ahead and sacrifice it, moving Lumra from the command zone to our hand. This lets us get around commander tags. I'll tap Hickory Woodlot for 2 green. I'll tap Ancient Tomb for 2 colorless. I'll tap this Sunscorched Desert for another colorless, and I'll tap this forest for a green. I'll cast Lumra. In response to the ETB, I guess I can search with this Windswept Heath. And then I can sacrifice all these lands, giving Lumra Shroud, but in one fell swoop, also killing her. I'll repeat this loop of casting Lumra using Command Beacon and the lands we have available, and then killing Lumra using Sylvan Safekeeper, utilizing Tiller Engine's untap effect to generate mana as we move through the loop over and over and over again to generate infinite mana, and then use Sunscorched Desert to deal infinite damage. Thank you for watching this video. Later on in this primer, I'm going to be going over some of the more specifics and fringe cases that can be used to instigate this loop.